Hi, this is Adama Gussow'a of Satan and Adam, and it's time for your second lesson, and this is what I want to talk about today. First of all, let me talk about who this set of lessons is oriented towards. It's oriented towards beginners, although I'm not going to take you through every step of the process, but I'm going to give you some tips that are going to help you. It's oriented towards intermediates, guys who've been playing this thing, guys and girls, guys and gals who've been playing this thing for a while, and know that they have weaknesses in certain areas. And it's oriented towards my fellow professionals because I think we all have things we want to work on, and I'm sure there's something in the many things I'm going to say that'll help you too. So I want to kind of talk about the program language of the harp, or the machine language of the harp. We're going to go right back into one of the basics. When I see beginning and intermediate players, one of the things that almost all of them have in common is that they have a weakness. Somewhere in the back of their minds they know they have a weakness, and it's in a particular, extremely important area, which is to say, making good, clear, single notes, and in particular, the two-hole draw. Now, I'm playing on a B-flat harp, right? Most of what I'm going to do in these lessons is going to be on a B-flat harp. The most important hole on the harmonica, if you're playing blues, cross harp, is the two-hole draw. And 90% of the players that I hear, including some touring pros, some, not Kim, but some, don't know how to make a good, clear two-hole draw with a strong, forceful tone. So what I'm talking about is this. Now I'm going to play you first, and then I'm going to play me, and I want you to hear the difference. This is you. If you've got troubles with this, or okay, all varieties of the same thing. Now here's a two-hole draw. No vibrato first, then with vibrato. This is what we're trying to do. Now vibrato. Now you hear the difference? You hear the solidity of the tone? You hear the way in which the vibrato, well, vibrato is the next lesson, but I want to talk about that tone. Here's what players are doing when they're making the wrong sound. What they're doing is they're letting the harp slip away from their mouth, just pushing away from their mouth a fraction of an inch. And watch what happens. I'm going to start with the right tone and let the harp fall away a little. Now look what happens. The moment you begin to let that harp move away from your mouth, your lips collapse inward on themselves. They start to pinch down. Okay? And then you start to draw harder. You start to get that sucky sound. And pretty soon you've got no tone. And there's a lot of players walking around in this world who have no tone. Especially on the two-hole draw, which is the most important hole on the instrument. You can do all the stuff you want, but when you come back home, you've got to come home on a solid, you've got to stick the landing, as the young lady gymnasts say. You've got to stick it on that two-hole draw. So how do we get that two-hole draw to work? All right, we're going to do a little diagnostic thing. I'm going to move close to the camera, and I'm going to... Bad sound. I make what I call old maid's mouth. My lips are all pinched in. Now, I learned this tip from John Gindick, so I want to thank you, John. What you want is this, not this. This, not this. So, I'm going to go from this, I'm going to open up my lips, let the harp go in, make fat lips. I'm going to do the reverse. It takes a 1/16 of an inch to let that harp slide away. Your tone disappears. Okay? That's the end of this lesson. So I'll see you all next time.